Alright, hi everyone. This is going to be a book review on just some different books. I'll go over some books that I was reading during pregnancy, and then I'll go over some books that I was reading Ella's first year, and the book I am now reading. One of my favorite books that I was reading when I was pregnant, and a lot of you probably know this one, What to Expect When You're Expecting, and my dog got a hold of it. But anyways, this is the new edition this is the 4th edition of the What to Expect When You're Expecting. And then I also had this one, which this was Your Pregnancy Week by Week. I liked this one for the questions in it and what the baby was doing and how big your belly was and all that. But I liked this one because one, I got it for free from Anthem, it's my insurance, but it actually shows you like what the baby is doing and the growth of the baby as well. So like on each chapter it shows you the baby. So anyways, those two books I read during pregnancy, and then this one I didn't like as much. This was the Unofficial Guide to Having a Baby, and it had some other interesting facts in here too, but the other two I showed you are probably my favorite ones. And then we had this one for Brandon. This was The Expectant Father, Facts, Tips, and Advice for Dads to Be. And he didn't read much of this, so I can't really do a full review on this. He started this around like the 7th month, I think, is when I got this for him. So maybe with the second baby he'll do more with that. And then I'll show you the book we used for the names. This one is called 100,000 Baby Names, and this is what it looks like. We use that one for baby names. Anyways, we had already had the actual girl and boy name picked out, but we had to get middle names, and that's what we used it for. And then this one was The Girlfriend's Guide to Pregnancy. This was like a really funny book to read while I was pregnant. And I actually did not finish this book. I think I got all the way to When the Old-Fashioned Way Isn't Working. But anyways, I read this book, and it was a really cute and funny book. The Girlfriend's Guide to Pregnancy, or Everything Your Doctor Won't Tell You. It's by Vicki Ivan. Anyways, and then when she actually did come, I hardly really ever got to read much of books, but when I did, I read this book right here, What to Expect the First Year. I love all the What to Expect series books, but anyways, this one told you like what would be happening at the doctor's office, and it had questions in it too that, you know, people would ask. And this is I think this is not the most recent edition, but this one was given to me. So someone else, you know, finished using it and they gave it to me. But it tells you how to dress baby, diaper baby, birth baby, that kind of thing, breastfeeding basics, developmentally what your baby's doing, nursing necessities, breastfeeding 101, keeping your milk healthy and safe, all kinds of great things in this book. So all these books I got at either Barnes & Nobles or Books A Million. So anyways, and this is the actual book that I'm reading now. It is What to Expect the Toddler Years. And I have found really great resources in here. Like Ella, she doesn't eat a whole lot now, not as much as what she used to. So I read in here that once they get to be toddlers, they don't eat as much, and some meals they eat more than others because they know that you're going to keep feeding them throughout the day, and not to worry about weight gain if they didn't gain as much when they were an infant, because if they gained as much as what they did as an infant, then they would be the size of a 5-year-old at the end of their 2nd year. So anyways, that is that book. It has a back section in here about like just different sicknesses that the child can get. And it also has like a diet plan as well. Like, as in, how many, what kind of calcium foods and that kind of thing, how many times a day you should give those to them. Okay, about the toddler book, the what to expect the toddler years. Anyways, it goes from 13 months all the way to, I think it's probably, let's see, give me a second here, all the way to 36 months. But yes, it talks about feeding your toddler, toddler's growth, tactics for the table, such as finicky eater or picky eater, and then keeping your toddler healthy, all about toilet training. And it also talks about when the toddler has a sibling. It had a little section in here about handling 2 in diapers, or 2 under 2. So yeah, it's the 2nd and 3rd years. And then after this book, they don't make any more What to Expect books, but I really like the What to Expect series. And I have all 3, as you can tell. And then I also got this book when Ella was first born. It's called Touch Points, and it's by T. Barry Brazelton. And he was on TLC a couple years back. I think it was with that lady who had all those, I think it was like 5 kids or something, 5 babies or something like that. But anyways, and it's just about emotional and behavioral development. It's kind of like a fun read, and it just tells you why kids do the things they do, basically. And I've always been fascinated with like psychology, and the things that they talk about are just, why they do different things and develop certain ways and whatnot. So anyways, but yeah, I like this book. But it goes from birth to 3, and it has topics such as prematurity, SIDS, TV and video, psychological and physical effects, your child's doctor, what to expect, discipline, resilience in infancy and childhood, hearing tests, early detection, infections in the immune system, obesity prevention. So yeah, really like this book, Touch Points. So anyways, that is the books that I've been reading, and kind of a little book review on all of them. If you guys have any questions about any of the books, most of these, like I said, can be purchased at Books A Million or Barnes & Nobles, or whatever your bookstore may be. Anyways, I was actually in the bookstore looking for VBAC books, which I could not find any in the bookstores that I went to. So I probably have to order those online, Amazon.com or somewhere like that. I just live in a small city, so I just don't have the large selection like some people do. But anyways, if I do and get those books, I will read them, do a review on them, and tell you guys how they are. That will probably be on my new channel. If you haven't yet subscribed or are interested, it's called Inspire a VBAC. And it's just, I got about 15 subscribers right now, so hopefully they'll grow and grow and grow. Anyways, but have a good week, everyone.